the loss of my father to cancer, to my own diagnosis and battle with Crohn's disease, I have learned to understand the importance of accepting the life that I have been given and to do my best to see the good in the worst situations. And so began this student's essay. You would never dream, when listening to her speak, watching the sparkle and enthusiasm in her eyes, and learning of her accomplishments and involvement in every aspect of her young life, that she had ever had to deal with anything other than what most of us as teenagers have had to deal with. She grew up watching her father go in and out of the hospital. When she was in the second grade and it was the day of her first communion, her father was once again hospitalized. So she put on her long white communion dress and went to the hospital to surprise him. Around the time of her father's death, when she was in the 8th grade, this young lady began battling her own health issues. She saw several different doctors before she was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. At least, she and her family thought, they knew what they had to deal with. However, during the next 4 years, Crohn's disease slowly and surreptitiously seemed to take over her life and could very well have gotten the best of her. It was her junior year in high school. She was admitted to Riley Hospital, where during the first 3 weeks, she underwent endless medical exams and ultimately 2 major surgeries. The first to remove her colon and attach a colostomy bag for 3 months. After the surgery, she returned home for 3 weeks before returning to school, colostomy bag on her hip. At the end of her junior year, she had undergone a second major surgery, this time to remove the colostomy bag and restructure her colon. I say that Crohn's could very well have gotten the best of her because it could have, but for her extraordinary determination and love of life. It was this determination, coupled with laser focus and gutsy hard work, that explains how she was able to take her life back and begin anew, where she had left off prior to her diagnosis. Spending 2 periods a day in addition to her regular classes for the remainder of her junior year, she was able, by the end of her first quarter in her senior year, not only to make up all of the work that she had lost, but to achieve the highest grade point average of her entire high school career. Although she couldn't do all of the things that she had done prior to her diagnosis and surgeries, this young lady wasted no time in getting involved in programs and activities where she could work with kids with disabilities and ultimately become their role model. Mentoring, Best Buddies, a support group for disabled students, shadow host for new students and parents, dance marathon, football section rep, and every volunteer activity she could round up at Riley Hospital. Is it any wonder that she plans one day to be a child life specialist? And did I fail to mention that during the summer following her junior year, the very year that she had undergone 2 major surgeries, she worked 10 to 26 hours a week as a nanny. This student's guidance counselor, Jamie Marks, remarked that because of her illness, this young woman has learned life skills that most of her peers have never had to experience. She has a mental toughness about her that will serve her well in clearing every obstacle that she encounters in college and way beyond. Who is she? In her own words, she states that she is more motivated than ever. My journey has shaped me to who I am today and helped me to have a better understanding of what life is truly about. It is with distinct pleasure that I present to you the 4th place $5,000 Kiwanis A. Blinken Scholarship recipient from Bishop Chatard High School, Miss Natalie Cunningham.
questions. Okay. But I promise they won't be hard. Can I sit back down? Okay, holding it? You're okay holding it. Okay, so first question is about high school. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I wondered if you were ever bullied in high school because of your medical condition, and if you were, how did you combat that?
I actually wasn't really bullied. I had a really, really strong support system, especially like at Chittard. Like everyone was there for me, and I never really had any problems. I think it was more like inside myself, like if I was gonna like freak out about people like bullying me. But everyone was really nice, and I never really had any problems with that. So.
Well, lucky you. I know a lot of kids do deal with that, so it sounds like you were at a great place.
Yes.
I wonder what you think your father would be saying right now, and how you hope he would be feeling today.
Wow. I definitely think he would be proud of me because, like, as him dealing with illness throughout his whole life, like, to see that, like, I've been able to do the same thing, like, persevere through everything, I definitely think that he'd be proud. Yes.
What does the scholarship money mean to you?
Honestly, I came in, and after hearing all these stories, I even, like, looked at my mom, and I was like, oh, gosh, like, this is, like, I'm, like, in awe. Like, every single person in this room deserves everything, and it really means a lot to me that I'm being recognized. It means the world.
What would be your best piece of advice to maybe another high school freshman coming into school with a death in the family and a medical issue?
Something that's important is, like, for me, is, like, you have to try your best to be happy and keep going, because if you're going to let yourself be upset, then you won't feel any better. So it's always good to, like, make sure you have a strong head on your shoulders.
And I'm going to ask this question of everyone, so the other winners will get a second to think about it. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Oh, gosh. Hopefully married. Working at a hospital, preferably Riley, because I love it there. And hopefully kids.
And you'll come back and visit us?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Congratulations.